Hi guys, so if you're interested in seeing how I got this very dramatic fall makeup look, keep watching.
I take care of you. I will.
So I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with MAC Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre, and this is just basically going to make sure that my eyeshadow lasts all day. So next I'm going to take an extremely fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to use Makeup Geek's Frappe, and I'm going to use this as my transition color for this look. And basically you want to pick a color that is very similar to your skin tone. This is going to provide a smooth gradient so that you have a nice transition from color to color. As you guys can see, the color payoff of this eyeshadow is very faint, which makes it a great transition color because you can mix other colors into it. I also want to take this time to tell you guys to make sure you check out the description box if you're interested in any product details because they're normally listed there. And I'm just going to move on to another color that I'm going to use to deepen up the crease, and this one is like a chocolatey brown. This is Makeup Geek's Mocha, and I'm going to apply this in the corner of my eye. I'm not going to bring it as high as I brought that other eyeshadow, and I'm not going to bring it as far inward. So I'm just going to use that primarily on the outer right corner of my eye. Next I'm going to switch back over to that same fluffy brush. I haven't applied any extra product onto it. I'm just blending out what is already there. So I'm doing my best to mix those two colors, and then I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow called Cocoa Bear, also from Makeup Geek. This one is a really pretty red brown shade, and I'm just going to place that a little higher than I applied the first shade. As you guys can see, that kind of added some more depth and warmth to the look. And then I'm going to take a different tapered blending brush and I'm going to apply a black eyeshadow. This one is Makeup Geek's Corrupt, and I'm just going to apply that in the general area where I applied that dark brown shade, and this is still just an effort to deepen up the crease. So now that we've applied every color except for our lid color, all we're really doing is blending the eyeshadows in with one another. You always want to make sure that the colors blend well together. You don't want to have like colors stacked sitting on top of one another. You always want to go for a smooth gradient. So I'm just going to take a clean fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend out these colors as best as I can. I found that doing the crease area is easier to do first. So next I'm going to use the Colourpop eyeshadow in the color Nillionaire, and I'm going to use this as a base for my eyeshadow. So you always want to apply Colourpop eyeshadows with your finger. If that is something that you can't get into, that's definitely something to consider. And I'm just going to apply this as a base like I said before, and then I'm going to apply another pigment on top of it. And that pigment is called Utopia, and that is a Makeup Geek pigment, and I'm going to use this Inglot Dura line. I mentioned this in my favorites. I think this is my September favorites. So basically you just mix the pigment with that Dura line, and then it creates this really creamy, almost like an eyeshadow consistency, and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelid. And then I'm going to take a dry brush and apply that pigment on top of it, and that just basically intensifies the eyeshadow even more. I have found that this pigment works a lot better when you layer it on top of itself, so that's definitely something to try. So next I'm just going to do my other eye, and then I'm going to make sure that I have all the eyeshadows blended with one another, including the lid color. You always want to blend the lines where they meet. So next I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape from the corners of my eye. This just gave me a really sharp edge to work with. So I'm going to go in with a wet wipe and remove any fallout that I have underneath my eye. That's the primary reason why I apply my eyeshadows before I apply my foundation as well. So next I'm going to go in with my LA Pro Concealer in the color Fawn, and I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes. I like to do this step before I apply anything on my lower lash line so that I don't risk messing it up later. So I'm just going to apply some of that concealer right underneath my eyes, and I'm going to take... So yeah, I like to do this first because if I try to do my lower lash line and then I try to apply the concealer, then there's a good chance that I'm going to get concealer all over the work that I've just done. So next I'm going to take this really pretty purple eyeliner, and it is the Lancome Drama Liquid Pencil in the color Ampouli. probably pronouncing that all wrong, but it'll be in the description box below. And I'm just going to apply that onto my lower lash line. Absolutely love the formula of this pencil. It's super creamy and it glides on really easily. It doesn't like tug on your eye or anything, so I love this pencil. So next I'm going to take my Coastal Scents Creative Me palette, and I'm going to take that dark purple color and I'm going to blend that out where I applied that pencil. And this is pretty much going to set the pencil in place as well as intensify the color. I really like how this provided a nice pop of color, and it made it a little bit different than just an everyday eyeshadow look. So next I'm gonna apply my winged eyeliner, and despite any high-end eyeliner that I've ever tried, I still love the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. So I'm not going to do anything too dramatic. Winged eyeliner is still challenging for me. It's not something that I've completely mastered, but I feel like I'm well on my way. So I don't want to try anything too crazy and then end up messing up the entire look. So normally I don't do eyelashes, but this look would not be complete without them. So I'm just going to apply my Ardell Demi Wispies. These are my absolute favorite eyelashes. And then I'm going to use some mascara to blend my eyelashes with the false eyelashes. So now that I'm finished with my eyes, I'm going to move on to my foundation. So what I'm doing here is color correcting, and I'm just basically going to use this orange concealer to mute out any darkness that I might have on my face. Majority of my darkness is around my mouth and some in the areas that I contour. So I'm going to use my finger to blend out this concealer as best as I can, and then I'm going to switch over to a Real Technique sponge. And then I'm going to apply my foundation. I'm going to dot it all over my face. And my favorite foundation is the Nars All Day Luminous foundation. And I am in the color New Guinea. So I'm just going to dot that foundation all over my face. And then I'm going to later go in with a brush to blend it out. And my favorite brush style to use for foundation is the stippling brush. As you guys can see, it gives a complete flawless finish, and it completely covers up that orange concealer, so you don't have to worry about that poking through. And then I'm going to move into my contour routine, and I like to use a LA Pro concealer in a different color. And this one is in Beautiful Bronze. I really don't like a dramatic contour, so I love this color, and it's just like a few shades darker than my skin tone. I don't do a heavy contour really anywhere, but definitely not on my nose. A lot of times I'll actually skip the nose contour altogether, but I like to use my fingers to blend it out. As far as the concealer goes, I feel like it blends the best with my fingers instead of trying to use a brush. It doesn't get it sometimes. And then I'm also going to use a different. So next I'm going to take my Too Faced chocolate powder, and I'm going to use that to set the contoured area. And I love this powder. I haven't even had to purchase the full size yet. I'm still working on this sample, and it actually tastes like chocolate. I know that's kind of weird, but it's just, I don't know, it's something to mention. So once I finish with my contour, I'm going to set my face using this AirSpun powder, and I'm pretty much gonna use it to set any areas of my face that I didn't contour. This powder was very inexpensive. It was only like $5. And if I haven't said it yet, when I say setting something, I mean applying a powder over it, and setting it basically allows it to last longer, whether that be your eyeshadow or your face. So I don't really like to bake or let the powder sit. I like to brush it away right away so that it doesn't leave a white cast on my face. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and blend away that powder. You will see that I missed it. So of course I had to highlight, so I used my Becca Champagne Pop to highlight, and I like to highlight on my cheeks, on my nose, and on my upper lip or my cupid's bow area. So I like to apply my nose highlight with my finger because anytime that I've ever applied it with a brush, I've applied too much. So this allows me to have a little bit more control, and I just apply it on the very tip of my nose, on the bridge of my nose, and then I begin to apply. So don't get worried if you apply too much. Just go in with a clean brush and do your best to blend it out. That always seems to work for me. Or you can even opt to use like a beauty sponge like the ones I used earlier and just blend it out. I love highlighting because I feel like it just gives you the right amount of extraness. I can't really describe it, but I love. So I'm going to use a wet wipe to wipe away any foundation or concealer that may have gotten onto my lips before I apply my lip color. And my lip color of choice is going to be the Creature Lip Liner by Colourpop, and then the Guess Liquid Lipstick also by Colourpop.
Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really hoping that it was easy to follow. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel because I have some ideas coming up and you guys don't want to miss them. Bye guys!